Oh my goodness. I cannot believe what I am seeing here in the industry. And if you submit to PSA or Beckett for grading, if you go through somebody, if you send it to somebody, your cards, just because they're being nice, or they might want to make a few bucks, or they might want to hit their 100 card submission. If you send anybody your cards, there is a serious risk. You are entrusting your possessions with somebody you really don't know. You know them online, right? You know them online. But do you really know them? Do you really know Joe Schmo on Instagram, on Facebook? We've been Instagram friends, we've been Facebook friends for 5-6 years, and we talk about the game all the time. He's my best friend. Do you even trust your best friend or friends? Are there certain people that you would entrust your luxury, your valuables? Would you let someone drive your car? Even if they're your best friend, would you let them constantly drive your car? Or even once, even twice? That's the questions you've got to ask yourself here. Because this story and this what happened was just mind-boggling. I mean, absolutely unbelievable here, folks. We can't make this up. This is absolutely unbelievable. Long story short, before I start what exactly happened here, this video is not to publicly shame. It's not to defame. It's not to dethrone. It's not to even list any names. There are no names. And if you comment a name down in the comment section, delete it. Okay? No names are being revealed. No usernames are being revealed. No addresses. No social security numbers. Because that's all I have is everyone's social security number. Nothing. There is nothing that's going to be revealed in this video that should be private information. Okay? The only thing that is going to be discussed is the public information that we have in terms of what actually happened in this case, folks. And, folks, it now made a lot of people think and say, do I really want to submit my cards with somebody else? Do I even trust anybody with my cards? I thought this whole time that people were doing a good thing by submitting my cards to PSA or Beckett. Good for them. They're great people, right? They're great in the community. And so what happened? Let's get to it. Let's get to the juice. Get your popcorn out. Put your seat up and your legs on your footrest. And let's get right into it. Instagram. Live video feed on Instagram. PSA return video. This individual, man or woman, has, let's say, 100, 110 cards, whatever it might be. A bunch of other cards submitted from other people that were thrown into this lot. And there was a card, okay? Blue Eyes White Dragon. I'm not going to give any more details, but a Blue Eyes White Dragon that got a gem mint 10. And this individual said, you know, this card didn't deserve a 10. No. You know what? We need justice served here. So this individual takes things into his or her own hands and takes out the card and cracks the PSA case. Guys, you heard me right here. This individual that took somebody else's card and submitted it for them to a grading service. It came back a 10. This person then literally said, this card is not worthy of a 10. I am going to crack it myself. Wait, you're going to what? You're going to crack it yourself. Did you ask this person if he or she wanted it cracked? No. Did you take into account someone else's perspective on this? No. Would you do this to your own card? If your card came back a 10 and you were only expecting an 8 or 9, are you to crack your own 10? No. So you're telling me that because some random person's card got a 10 that you offered to submit for them, you are now going to crack the case on it. And look, we're not dealing with shekels, okay? We are not dealing with pennies, with nickels or dimes. Not even dollars, folks. We're not talking single dollars. We're not talking Benjamins. We're talking thousands. A card worth thousands of dollars, folks. Thousands of dollars cracked open. Lost all the value. Down the drain. Did PSA perhaps misgrade the card? Maybe. But it's their initiative. It's subjective. If it gets a 10, it gets a 10. If it gets a 1, it gets a 1. To assume that this individual wanted that card to be cracked open because it got a 10 is insane. It's absolutely insane. Like, it's not even... It's just mind-boggling. So what goes through the mentality of this person? Are they jealous because they didn't get as many 10s and this card, which was inferior, got 10s? I don't care. If it gets a 10, it gets a 10. I don't. It's like watching someone pull, a Dark Magician girl or a Charizard and saying, oh, you pulled a Charizard. Let me rip that up. I should have got a Charizard. Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? And legally, is there any sort of retribution for this kind of act? I don't know. I mean, we need some more lawyers. We need some more attorneys in this community, because if this were my card and I submitted it through somebody and it came back at 10 and I was expecting it 7 or 8, but it still came back at 10, if you laid your hands on my quote-unquote property, you're in trouble. You're in big trouble. And it's not a threat. It's just a matter of the fact. Legally, I would do everything I can to see if there's any sort of compensation for something like this. Okay? Because doing something like this, not only doing it, okay, not only cracking someone's card on camera that they didn't ask you to crack that was worth thousands of dollars, you also don't pay your dues, okay? I mean, and this is coming from somebody, if somebody did this, if someone made this fatal mistake, right, they better do everything they can immediately to rectify that action. I mean, if I were them, I'd be giving them $5,000 worth of cards. I'd say, you know what? Boy, was I stupid. Boy, was I on drugs or what? So you know what I'm going to do? I'm so sorry, and this will never happen. Anything you submit to me, free, and I'll give you $5,000 worth of cards. Because what was I thinking? Touching your property, cracking open a case that got a 10 without asking you. Because I thought it shouldn't be a 10. I don't care what I think. That's why you're grading it with PSA. At the end of the day, it's their property. Holy crap. Did this actually just happen? Did I actually see something as crazy as this? And did this shake up the whole PSA Beckett grading service by individuals? Like for me, if someone wants to submit a card with me or with anybody, they're probably second guessing themselves now. They're probably like, there are crazy people, crazier than me, that will open up a card and crack a card that was theirs. I'm just crazy because I'm crazy. This guy or girl is absolutely out of their minds. I mean, I messaged this individual individually. He said, what are you doing? What are you doing? And no compensation has been offered at this point. You literally destroyed somebody's card. It was in a 10 case worth thousands of dollars, and you just destroyed that value. Now, you better make up that value and give much more than that initial value. And even then, your reputation Totally down the drain. What are you doing? You know? And now, you know, it just makes people think. You know, like, I can't trust anybody because this is somebody that had a relatively okay reputation. And what does it put in the minds of people? And it's the truth, and it's the sad society and world that we live in, is that you can't trust anybody. I mean, folks, this is unprecedented stuff. Sending a card out for Beckett or PSA to some individual because you think they're doing a nice thing, because you can get a better deal that way. You don't have to buy a yearly subscription. And this person destroyed and opened up your 10 card on camera worth thousands of dollars. I just can't believe it. I can't believe it. I'm still stunned. This happened a week ago, and I'm still stunned. If I were in that live stream, I would just be like, what in the world is going on? Either this person is out of their mind right now, or they're on drugs. Holy crap. And again, this individual, I'm not giving out a name. I'm not giving out addresses. I'm not giving out phone numbers. I'm not doing anything. That's their private business. And again, any comments down below who you think it might be, it's going to get deleted right away. All we have to say is, this kind of behavior should not be tolerated. No way. And this is an individual that has quite a collection, him or herself. Okay? So the matter of the fact is, it better be fixed. Or, conversely, I'm sure the person who had that Blue Eyes card has some sort of form of legal compensation for this. You know? Or this person who submitted the cards to PSA, his reputation is long gone. I mean, it's already gone. There's one lasting, shot for this person's reputation to come back, is that they rectify the issue and go above and beyond. But even then, folks, even then, this person, it makes you wonder what goes through people's minds. What goes through people's minds? And it's this kind of stuff now that people in the community, as they say, is toxic, or they say you can't trust anybody. But that's the truth, right? Whenever you send even if you send a card to PSA yourself, there's no guarantee that that card will arrive to PSA in its stated condition. There's no guarantee someone won't rob the package. There's no guarantee that PSA won't damage the card as they put it in the case, or Beckett. No guarantees. Everything you do is a risk, right? Every little thing. Everything you're doing is a risk. In life. Not in cards. In life. There's a risk reward to every action or non-action that you make. Until next time, YugiohTube, signing out.